Hi friends, good morning. Long time no see. I have been resting and relaxing and also working on some garden projects, but it's been pretty hectic this month. I guess like preparing for spring and trying to get everything done. Filming everything can be kind of tedious, but I'm excited to be here with the tour and to show you guys what new developments are here. I actually don't remember what is new, but we'll just go through everything per usual, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and let's get started. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because I post more over there sometimes and it's fun and easier to engage, I find. And my Instagram handle is at Alexis J Middleton. The link is down below, or the name is down below. I don't know how to link it yet, but follow me over there. Let's be friends. But anyways, I was looking at a garden highlight on my page that I had completely forgotten about. And it showed the garden when I first moved in. All I had was 4 cinder block beds. And I was just like, wow, it's come such a long way. In just a literal year, I have built so much. And so, yeah, it's really fascinating. So I'm just gonna pan the garden really quick so I can show you guys. Okay, so for the tour, we're starting off in the back of the yard. I just mowed my yard, so my dad wouldn't talk about me when he sees this video. These beds are starting to finally fill out. My gladioluses are coming up. These bulbs I got some from Home Depot and some from Walmart, but they're starting to come up around the garden, so that is very exciting. Got some ground cherries that are actually putting on some fruit. I love ground cherries, and I know that since I planted these here, I will always have ground cherries in this bed, so that is very exciting for me. And I love that they'll get really big, so it'll be like a really nice ground cover that can compete with the weeds, which I don't mind the weeds because, I think we have some violets here. These are all very good weeds, so I don't mind having them around. And then back here, I have some cosmos, and the flowers have been doing really well. They're finally starting to come into their own, which is nice, and get bigger, because I kind of waited a little longer to plant these out, and they got a little leggy and just not very cute. So over here we have some zinnias. I don't know which kind this is or if it's at its full form, but I just love this pale pink. And this one back here is just so pretty. I love that zinnia. I need to come cut it off so it can encourage more flowers. Another zinnia here, and then I decided to plant some my motherwort in here. So I moved it from one of my raised beds to this bed because I know it's gonna spread and be all tall and delicious. So I just moved it here so it can do its thing. And these are some hollyhocks. The slugs have been loving them, and the caterpillars. I don't know what that is. Looks like caterpillar poop. But they seem to have been thriving despite the caterpillar pressure, so I'm not super worried about it. Junipers, got Weed City back here, but that's okay. This is a plumbago that puts off these beautiful blue flowers. I don't have a lot of blue flowers in the garden, so this one is really cute. I don't know if you can really see it. It's kind of mixing in with all the green right now. In this bed, I just planted a bunch of sunflowers. I have some gladioluses in here as well. Zinnias, cosmos, and then I have some goldenrod as well. I was like, I cannot go another year without not having goldenrod in my yard. It's one of my favorite remedies for seasonal allergies, so I had to put some of that in, and it's also native. Another juniper, zinnias. I have mulched this entire bed, so it's all coming together. It looks a little gangly now, and I probably need to weed eat or weed the beds, but I'm not super concerned about it. If the weeds were to take over this entire bed, I would be fine with that. Because over here it's not really so much grass as it is violets and other really nice flowery native weeds for the most part. I have no idea what this is. I lost the tag, but it's some kind of melon or what do they call the family? Cucurbit. I think it's either a melon or a squash or a cantaloupe. Unsure, but I have two of them here. I do know what this one is. This is a honeyboat squash, so it's kind of like delicata style. I'm just gonna let it kind of sprawl instead of trying to grow it vertically. The beans in the back, I do not remember. I know one of them are pretzel beans. I don't know what the other one is, but they are starting to get some growth on them, and that's very exciting. And then another sunflower. And then over here, I think this is new. I have a little bay leaf tree that I planted over here, and it's been growing really well in this spot. And you can see we have some new leaves coming on. And then over here I have a native rose. It doesn't look like much now, but it will. I'm trying to separate it from the green, but this is a native rose. It's a swamp rose, and it's bushy and sprawling, and it's going to be very nice to use for like teas and also to have a native plant here. Dun, 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 dun. The muscadines have come back alive. It's such a like scary thing for me. Not scary, but like nerve-wracking thing for me when things go dormant, because you don't know. There's like that moment of uncertainty. It's like, did I kill it? Like, I know it's dormant, but is it gonna come back? And so when I saw this muscadine vine starting to produce flowers and buds, I was like, oh yes. And it's also really beautiful because it just reminds you of, you know, the cycles of the weather and the earth and the planet, and like how, you know, you have a period for rest and then you have a period for action, and the plants know that, and so we can all take a lesson from them on that. So yes, the muscadine is beautiful and green again. It actually looks like it is going to put on some flowers this year, so we might be getting some muscadines this year. This is a self-fruiting variety. I was gonna buy another one after my first mishap with the other one that I bought initially, but I just didn't end up doing that this year because I couldn't figure out a place to put it, so I didn't really worry about it too much. But look, I'm just so excited, and it's getting so big, and we are getting some aphids, but I'm gonna hope that the ladybugs that are already around that I've seen will come in and take care of it. And these tomatoes, look at them. I'm gonna try to step back so you can like see. They're all about 3 feet now. They are very beautiful. I love seeing them. This Paul Robeson is popping off, so we already have some fruit back there. This one is the biggest one that I have in the garden right now. So I'm gonna see if I can put like make some calcium or something, like with eggshells, like a water soluble calcium solution to put in here to avoid blossom end rot. But they have been growing like gangbusters, and I've been just using a Florida weave method to trellis them up, and you can see that's working pretty well. And I do have some individual stakes for the ones that are trying to lean down like the vines that they truly are. Oh, we have a little brandywine too, a few little brandywines. I think this is a brandywine, but the way that it's producing fruit tells me that it might not be. I don't know, but they're growing so fast that I've been missing some of the side shoots. This is the ananasi, and we have some on there too. You can see a little fruit back there. They are producing. Got a little caterpillar, and I kind of want to let it go, but I hate armyworms, so I'm sorry. There's so much murder that happens in a garden. Like, it's for them to be really beautiful places, a lot of murder happens. This is the sun gold, and oh, is that poop? Do we have a hornworm already? Let's see. Oh no, it's not grenade poop, but it is pretty big poop. We got one somewhere, because you can see the damage here. I'll have to come find it later. So I actually fell in love with hornworms last year, and I think they're kind of cute. I'm not gonna be like keeping them or anything, but I don't hate them anymore. let's see how I feel. Let's see if I'm still saying that in next month. This nasturtium is starting to come and produce its little flowers. This is a Bloody Mary nasturtium. Like, I never really liked nasturtiums before, but for some reason this year they just got me, and I am fully taken with them. I really like them. I am pretty sure this is a maypop vine from when I had the maypops over here briefly last year, but they never flowered and like went to seed or anything, so I'm thinking maybe the roots were in the ground. But this one is growing so much better than my ones over there that are being devoured by something, so I'm just gonna let that grow and see what happens. This is a Dr. Witchy's. I was initially very worried about this plant because it gets a lot of shade, like a lot of shade, and so I was really worried that it wasn't going to produce, but it has been producing fine. Mosquito, damn it. The mosquitoes are back, by the way. But anyways, yeah, I was really worried that it wouldn't produce. I need to come prune these so we can have some better airflow, but it's getting very bushy. No fruit yet that I can see, but we do have a little flower, so maybe we'll get some soon. But it's really impressive. And you got some more flowers up there, so hopefully we'll get some fruit in the next week. But I didn't expect this to do anything because it does get a lot of shade, more shade than it needs. This is a random valerian plant that is growing. I've had this since last year. I mowed it down actually, so I didn't think it would come back up, but it is, and that's very exciting. I think these two beds might be new from the last tour, but here they are. I put two beds on either side of the walkway. I need to sweep that dirt up, but haven't yet. The artichoke, there's an artichoke here that is thriving, and there's one over there that's not thriving as much, but it's doing okay. I planted 2 watermelons in here. This is the Odell's large white watermelon from True Love Seeds, and then I planted some sunflowers along here as well, and then that's the zinnia over there. Now for this bed, these things are coming along slowly but surely. I'm gonna go get some more fertilizer to put in here, probably like some garden tone or something, but they look nice. Everything looks good. I don't know if these poppies are gonna actually flower. I think it might be getting too hot for them, but I'm still holding out hope that they will. So these are poppies. This is it's not a Falacia, it's a Falsia, something like that. This is the bee's friend plant that I need to plant. These leeks, something came in and like did a little work on some of them and chomped them down, but the rest of them are doing just fine. They're getting a little thick, so that's great. Then we have some, I want to say that's yarrow, but I don't remember. I have my one and only Scotch bonnet pepper that looks like it's being munched on. These slugs, oh, I thought you were a little salamander friend. I don't know if you can see it moving around down there, right there. Anyways, these celeries are coming up. They're getting really nice and big. They're slow growing though, probably because it's so hot, but this is the best success I've had so far, so I'm gonna count that as a win. Got a serrano pepper here that's being crowded out by all of this sea of arugula that I need to start eating. I mean, it's just beautiful though. Like, look at that. I got salad for days. If only I liked salad. I'm just kidding. I do like salad, but alright, so I need to start eating this. But this is a habanada pepper that looks like it was being munched on too. The caterpillars have been busy. I don't know how it is in y'all's garden, but very busy. And then we have a little variegation on here, which is really cute. I think that's a serrano as well. Now to the herb bed. This yarrow is amazing. It is, oh no, this is cilantro actually. So cilantro has slowly been taking over my garden. This is the yarrow right here, and this is cilantro. They look similar, but they're very different. They're starting to finally produce seeds, which is what I have been waiting for. How did you get up here? Snails are determined. Slugs are determined. I'm not even gonna swat you off. I'm gonna let you have that. But yeah, I think this is bee balm. I think. I can't remember all the herbs that I had over here, but I love that they're all coming back. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. Okay, but anyways, the Mexican tarragon is came back too, which is fun. And yeah, you can see that it's starting to go to seed right here. So hopefully I'll be able to harvest these soon and get them out of the way, because they are prolific. I don't know how they managed to spread everywhere, but I have a sea of cilantro everywhere. Now this feverfew is coming in thickly too. This bed is like overgrown. I have like a little valerian plant down here that I need to get some sun to, but I just don't want to cut these back because I love them. So I'm probably going to cut this feverfew back as soon as it flowers so that I can make a tincture with it. We have the thyme down here, wood betony, another valerian, this elecampane, which is hiding in here with a little slug on it. I'm gonna knock that off, but it's doing okay. And then we have our passion fruit that's coming in. I will tag the store that I got this from in the comments below, because it came in beautifully. I think it was like $13 or something. It's gorgeous and it's growing very well, and it's not gonna be long before it reaches the top rung. These are some seedlings. One of my goals this week is to get rid of all the seedlings that I have lingering around the garden. It happens every year. I don't know if it happens to y'all, but it happens to me frequently that I just end up like not doing anything with some of them, and it drives me crazy. So I have to get these planted out because it's driving me crazy. Yeah, so that's that. Now over to the container garden. The plumerias are outside again, so they are starting to do their thing, producing some leaves. And I don't know what this is right here. Hope it's not like a disease or something, but I've had these plumerias. I've had one for 2 years and one for 3 years, or 3 and 4 years, something like that. Zatar, another herb. This beautyberry needs to go in the ground ASAP, but it's thriving in this little pot, but it needs to go into the ground. I'm gonna plant this in the front yard probably this weekend. This is mugwort that needs to go into the ground. Everything else is doing pretty well. This is a persimmon that I got from a tree giveaway recently. Needs to go in the ground. Oh no! This is a button bush. Both of these are button bushes that need to also go in the ground. I just haven't had the time, y'all. It's been so busy. I need to put them in the ground. I need to figure out where I'm going to put these Yopon hollies, but they are looking great and leafing out beautifully. This curry tree is doing fabulous. I'm just so happy that it came back. Like, it's so amazing how things die and then they come back. So this curry tree died in the freeze and then it just came back. The potatoes are thriving. This one ain't doing so well. I tried to turn the pot so that it would so it could get some more sun, but I don't know why this is so dirty. What is something digging in? Why is there so much dirt around here? Very weird. And what is that? What's that? Okay. Anyway, don't know why it's so dirty, but yeah, the potatoes look good. These are Yukon Golds. These are Adirondack Blues. I haven't seen any bugs on them yet. I know that's probably something that will come. It looks like we are getting some potato flowers, which is really interesting. This kale is still going and still living its absolute best life. I love it. I'm not gonna cut it down, even though I don't really like kale, but I have friends who like kale and my boyfriend likes kale, so this is my plant for them. I have decided. And I will probably grow kale again because it's just so beautiful to look at and they like to eat it. So I will definitely grow it for them. Maybe like just one plant. Or maybe just this plant. That'll still be my perennial kale. And then down here we have some more Phacelia, some more beast friend. I'm going to call it by its colloquial name, because I cannot remember it, because I was calling it Falacia for the long time, but that is not right. I think these are little calendulas. Speaking of, these have been doing great. Honestly, with like 3 plants, depending on how you use calendula, you could have enough to like last you forever. Another cilantro that is going to seed. See, that's the thing. It's not even like trying. It's not even waiting around for me to use it. It's just like, I need to reproduce. So this is going to go in the compost. More seeds that I'm starting. Cat's claw. The battle begins. I hate this stuff. Ooh, sorry. Hope I didn't hurt the little wormy boo. But the fact that there's worms in here is a good sign. You don't often see worms in raised beds, so I'm always happy to see them in mine. These are marshmallow plants that I put in here once I took the motherwort out. This parsley has been doing great, hanging out with me for over a year. Still producing, still hosting butterflies and such. Very exciting. And then more seedlings that I have that I need to plant out. Still have some like gangly, rough looking tomatoes, but they are still flowering and kind of trying to produce. I have some turmeric and ginger in these pots from the harvest last year that I'm trying to regrow. Some lemongrass that I put in pots that I'm thinking I might just need to put in the ground. They were inside for the longest, so I'm hoping that they like recover and actually grow. These, my peppers, I planted them out, but they didn't look so good. So I'm trying to like start them over. And some of my melons didn't come up. So the Moon and Stars watermelon didn't come up. The Sugar Baby watermelons didn't come up, but now we have one. So I just started a bunch of things that I needed to start over again. The Hongochu peppers completely died. The Aleppo peppers died as well. I'm starting some fish peppers for my friend. I had some larkspur seeds. Is this larkspur for real, for real? I guess so. Okay. This beer pepper, I did get some of these, but they just look kind of gangly. I had some sweet basil from a plant that I saved last year that I had hanging in my house. So I just tried to plant some of those because I realized I only have lemon basil and purple opal basil. I don't have any regular basil. And then this golden honey melon didn't come up either, which is like a honeydew style situation, and those didn't come up either. So I'm trying them again. The thing that happened with my second flush of seeds is that I just didn't pay attention to them, so they didn't grow as well because they were just kind of thrown out. Like my first round of seeds, I was like checking on them every day and watering them once a week with like fish fertilizer and like really babying them. But these, I just kind of stuck them outside and I was like, do you, boo? Which is not a good way to start seeds. So that's what happened with that. Caterpillar poop. Let me turn you around. These are my peas. These are mammoth snow peas, I believe. And we got some caterpillar poop here. Not really worried about it. They haven't flowered yet. It has honestly been just slow growing with these. So if they produce anything, I'll be happy, but I'm fully prepared to tear them out at some point. But they look really gorgeous. I didn't sow them as thickly as I could have. So in the spring, next year I'm gonna have a crap ton of peas. All right. Well, first I want to show you my poopy caterpillar friends. This orange tree has been getting devoured by these black swallowtail caterpillars. They look kind of like bird poop, which is part of their charm. I'm pretty sure this is an Asian citrus psyllid that I just killed. Yay. I hope I killed it in time. I'm pretty sure this already has citrus greening on it. I can kind of see the discoloration, but I'm letting it go for now because I'm not ready to let it go. But you can see I have a ton of them and they are going to town, so I'm just letting them munch on it because, like I said, I'm pretty sure it already has citrus greening, and I would let them munch anyway because I don't think it's hindering the tree. It's established enough to where it can host these caterpillars. And then we got another one down here. I don't even know how you got down here, but that's okay. Hey friends. So that makes 3. I think there were 4 altogether. Right now I'm just looking for Asian citrus psyllids. That's one too. I'm gonna kill that one. But yeah, they are the worst, and this Asian citrus psyllid, I think that's what it's called. They got to my Meyer lemon tree, which also had citrus greening, and I actually got rid of that one, but this one I'm just kind of letting it like stick it out. Trying to see if there are any more. I'm gonna go also wash my hands so I don't think it's transferable because it's a citrus disease, but I don't want to take any chances getting anything around my garden. All right, we're back. So yeah, check your citrus trees for the Asian citrus psyllid to avoid citrus greening in your citrus trees. It is a devastating disease that is affecting a lot of the citrus in our country, and it really freaking sucks. So yeah. Anyways, this bed, I'm going to get some mulch today to mulch both of these beds, hopefully all of my remaining beds, to be honest, because it's starting to get hot and I don't have irrigation in these beds yet. So we have the same flower situation here. These are a bunch of California, no, this is Hungarian hot. Interesting. I need to plant these green onions, another seedling. Take a shot for every seedling you see in this video. This is a cayenne pepper. This is a Cali Wonder. I could have swore this was also a California Wonder. Where's my other California Wonder peppers? I don't know. See, it's chaos over here. But I have 3 cayennes. This one, and this one. And I'm growing cayenne. I don't really like it as a hot pepper for eating or seasoning because, I guess I've been liking it more lately. But I just find it's like a very basic pepper in a way that I don't like. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about y'all right in front of your faces, but I want to use it for medicine. It makes a really good pain salve that I've heard. I haven't tested it myself yet, but it's something that I want to try. And this is a calendula. I think this is the zeolites calendula mix, and I cannot wait to see these flowers because look at that color already. It's like I love like these fiery oranges and reds and stuff like that. Here we have some foxgloves that are slow to rise. My flowers really did not get, I should have started these in the fall, so they're really slow growing right now. And they just haven't had time to fully develop. This posatia is coming up as well. This is a medicinal plant. That's all I can really say about it at this time. More freaking cat's claw. Exciting. Okay, my beans. These are the speckled brown butter beans, and speckled they are. Ooh, hold on, I have to get my glass of water. I have been drowning stink bugs every day to try to avoid them. So my morning routine is I come out, check the blueberries for stink bugs, and I just saw one on my beans, so I'm gonna dunk it in here. Hold on. I got it. So I used to come out and like try to squish them every day, but they would like fly away sometimes and it would just be really annoying. So I found that like putting them, just knocking them in a glass of water, especially since when you get to them, they kind of try to fall anyway as a way to protect themselves. I found that just like knocking them into a jar of water, they say use soapy water, so which may keep them from, that may help with the drowning process, because I just use regular water because I'm not trying to be wasting my Dawn on that. They stay alive a little bit longer, which is, I try to drown them. Sorry, trigger warning if you have a problem with drowning bugs, but I knock them in a glass of water and they kind of stay alive a little bit longer, and I just cover it and then you can still see them swimming around. So I think the soapiness, the suds, may help with the drowning process, but I do try to like kill them as soon as possible so they're not like suffering. Okay, back to the beans. So the beans have been growing. They do have some kind of disease, as you can see. I don't know what it is, so if you know, please leave me a comment and let me know what you think it is and what I should be doing. I am gonna get some copper. Initially I thought it was a nutrient deficiency, but you can see that it's just like, they just look really bad. And I know all this moisture isn't helping. It's really early in the morning, so the morning humidity is extra tough, but I really want these beans to be successful, so I'm gonna go get some copper, like I said, and spray them down this evening. What's next? Asparagus patch. I lost one that I'm hoping is gonna come back, but as for the other ones, they've been sending up thicker spears, which is really exciting. The bed is still weedy, but that's okay. It's not as bad as it was. But look, this one is probably one of the thicker ones that we've had, and I'm hoping that is an indicator of a healthier plant. This one is sending up spears. We got a new little baby here that's coming in. You can kind of see it right there. We got two. So I'm appreciating that we have another one, that they're continuing to send up spears, which indicates to me that they're still healthy. Even this one over here in this like really clay soil is doing pretty well. I probably should water it, but yeah, these have been doing really well. Like I said, we lost one. I'm hoping that it'll bounce back. But yeah, they've just been sending up thicker shoots and getting stronger, which I'm really excited about. These tomatoes are also on a Florida weave system. They are, over there is where we lost the 2 tomatoes, so I just put 2 new in. I think a Cherokee Purple and a Sweet 100 that I got from a nursery. These need to be pruned because they're all on the ground. I don't know. Oh, we lost a little side shoot there, which is fine by me. I'm gonna come cut that off because it didn't need to be there anyway, probably. But yeah, they've been growing so fast that the side shoots have been getting away from me, like this one right here. And when they get this big, I always wonder if it's like best to just leave them, but I don't want the drama. And I know, or if you don't know, you can actually root these because tomatoes will root all along their stem, so you can never bury them too deep. So if I was to plant this, I would get more tomato plants, but I don't, so I'm gonna just toss that. These over here are really, excuse this mess, I'll explain that in a second, but these ones over here are really trying to lay down. Like they are really trying to like vine out and live their true vine lives, which I am not gonna let happen. So I'm gonna come and do another Florida weave on this side, which I thought I did yesterday, but apparently I did not. But anyways, these varieties are kind of mixed up. I don't really know what all of them are because some kind of way I lost the tags for them. So I think, well, I know these 2 are what they are because I just planted those. And this is a Dr. Witchy's. I got some celosia interplanted as well as some nasturtiums. This bed has been getting a little weedy. This is, I don't know. And then this is a celosia. But I'll know once once they start to fruit. And then we'll have a little more information. I didn't even realize this was here. This is a black strawberry tomato. I'm really sure it's definitely not a Dr. Witchy's because look at this fruit. I'm pretty sure it's a black strawberry. This is an ananasi tomato. This is a sun gold. I know this is a sun gold. These 2 were some of the first that I planted. Sorry, y'all. It's hard to breathe. The blackberries have been going off, and now they're sending up their new canes, which we'll be producing next year. It's all very exciting. Oh, I see a stink bug. I gotta get it. I didn't come out here and do my rounds this morning, so I'm gonna grab my little jar, and I just cover it with a little plant pot. I'm gonna put you guys down while I grab it. All right, so I ended up getting way more. I got, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, I got 6. So you can see they're in there drowning, which is great. So I want to talk a little bit about that because I don't kill things just because. It's not frivolous for me to take a life, even a bug's life. I will remove bugs that will devastate crops, like stink bugs, and relocate hornworms, things like that. But like there are a ton of caterpillars. I'm sure you've seen like the little stingy ones. There are a ton of caterpillars. I won't kill them, you know, for real, because I realize that my garden is an ecosystem, and birds eat caterpillars, and you know, there's a whole ecological system at play here, and I would like to interfere with that as little as possible. So I kill some things, and I'm not saying like it's a moral thing. If you do you, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying like what I do and what practices I try to follow when possible. But I will protect my crops, because that's the whole point that we're doing this, is to eat. So that's what I have to say about that. But anyway, the blackberries have been out of control. Can probably do a little harvest actually if I need to get a bowl. I'm gonna get a bowl and harvest some berries. Okay, not quite a few bowls worth, but it's a good amount. I'm very happy with it. This is the most I've gotten in one sitting. Mostly I've been like out here just kind of picking like onesie twosies, but we got an actual little thing this time. That's exciting. Some of them are not as ripe. You can still see some of the like red coloring, but you know, gotta get it how you live sometimes, which is fine. I'm gonna put these actually in this, so I don't give a treat to the birds while I'm out here, which honestly they haven't been much of a nuisance to be honest. These little millipedes have been everywhere. I'm just gonna tuck this in here while I finish the rest of the tour, and I will have those for breakfast with some yogurt. So yeah, that's the blackberries. We spent a lot of time there. And I promise I will explain this mess in a second, although I'm sure you can probably tell. But the fig tree is figging. It's getting nice and plump and big. And so are the figs. There is just so much fruit here. And I definitely have to get some netting for this, because I want my figs. This is a Celeste fig. This is like my first year getting I got it last year and it produced like 3 figs maybe. I got one really good one off of here, but it is loaded now. Look at that. So I have to order some bird netting because I want these figs, and they are just so abundant. There are so many figs. Look at that. So much fruit. Look at that. This is amazing. I'm gonna actually propagate some of these next year. I didn't think about it until after I had started leafing out, so I'm going to take some cuttings next year to give away to people, because we've had a lot of tree giveaways this year, and I have gotten so many trees, so I really want to be part of that in getting people access to trees, because trees can be really expensive. So I really want to take cuttings from the ones that I have, the ones that I can propagate, and give them away. Also, I believe you can propagate blackberries, so I really want to do like a free nursery kind of giveaway thing if I can get them to grow. I feel like this garden tour is getting really long, but that's okay. I'm fine with it. You don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. So these are the maypops over here. So this is what I said I thought was in the strawberry bed not the strawberry bed, the tomato bed over there. This really needs some weeding, but ground cherries. These were in the compost that I had in here. And so it's like once you have ground cherries, you will always have ground cherries. But something has been eating this, and I don't know what it is. I think it's ants, but I don't know if ants eat like that. Have you seen this damage? Do you know? It's on both of them, but they're trying to grow. just not growing as good as the other ones. I'm leaving the ground cherries here again for ground cover purposes. I need to fill in this trench. Okay, let's just talk about it since we're here. I need to fill in this trench. I have installed drip irrigation on this side of the garden. So all of these beds over here have irrigation going to it. This isn't covered up even though I did it last weekend because there were some leaks that I needed to fix and it was a whole thing. So I fixed the leaks, but I'm still getting some flooding, and I think it's because the beds are just draining really well because they are raised beds. So I think that's it. So I think I need to adjust how long I'm running it for, because I was running it yesterday so that I could see if I still had if the leaks were still present, but they were not, thank God. But yeah, so I'm gonna fill this in today because I know that it's just breeding mosquitoes and I need to mow this and get it together. I did end up burying it underground, and I know they said something about a vacuum system thing. I don't know what that is, but I will figure it out. I'm just happy to have it in for now, and then we'll see how it goes with the water accumulation. If you have any ideas about why that may be, if you don't think it's because the raised beds drain fast. So these beds all have soil at like the top maybe 6 inches, and then at the bottom it's just like logs and branches and stuff in the back of the yard. So I'm thinking that once the water's just flowing through really easily. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna run it like maybe more frequently for less time to give the water a chance to soak in, if that makes sense. This is here because I was mowing my lawn and I ran over this. So I'm just gonna put that right there. But since we're here, this is my okra bed, and the okras are coming up along with some little weeds. That's fine, we love ground cover. And so I have 6 plants in here that I'm really hoping survive, because these were another few that just kind of were hanging out like the other seedlings around the garden, and they just got, gangy. And I'm pretty sure a neighborhood cat was using this bed as a litter box, which is why I have these boards on here to make it a little less appealing. I had a bunch of stuff on here so that it wouldn't come over here. I'm hoping this little baby survives. Oh, I just took that off. It looks like it has another leaf, but I'm probably gonna end up direct sowing some okra in here just to offset that. We still have plenty of time for this. This will grow forever. But I'm growing this okra as like a privacy screen, but also to get okra. It's the perfect place. This is my majestic. This isn't like a common vegetable part. This came with the house. This is my beautiful elder tree, and it is just phenomenal. It's so big. I can't even, I'm trying to show you, but I'm all up in it. Ooh, fell into a hole. Okay. Look at it. She's so majestic. I love this. So you can use the flowers and the berries that this tree produces medicinally, and also birds love them, and that's probably part of the reason why they're so weedy, because they eat the seeds and poop them out everywhere. But yeah, look at it. I think when I first moved into this house, I believe they cut everything down. And when I saw this growing, I did like to picture this, and they said it was poison sumac. So I thought I had poison sumac growing everywhere around the yard. But it's actually elder. I have these popping up everywhere, and I'm just going to let them grow in appropriate places. Obviously, I'm not going to just let it go crazy around here. But it loves, this, when it rains, this floods. It loves that damp, water. It's a habitat. It's native. It is staying because I love it. I love you. Anyway, back to the beds. Yeah, so this needs to be filled in. I meant to do it today, but I just have too much to do today to worry about it. But it's not perfect, but it's real. This is the largest onion bulb I have so far. The other ones I'm hoping catch up. They're getting more foliage. They're getting thicker stems since I put a little fertilizer down on them. Ooh, these little... I'm sorry, excuse my French, but I hate armyworms. I know I just said that rant about letting things live, but look at this. if it's causing drama, like damage like that, I will kill them. So I'm not just doing things haphazardly. If they were like in a tree back there, I wouldn't kill them. But they're on my end, so you gotta go. I will protect my babes. So that one. And this is why it's important to just take a walk around, because if you are just going about your business and just like looking from afar at your plants, you will not notice these things that are happening up close. See, I didn't notice that, and I've been at this patch every day this past week, like working on this irrigation system, but I wasn't really paying attention to the onions, and you can see what is happening to them. So pay attention to your crops, do a walk around, and take care of it. This bed over here, you can see these are the peppers I was talking about. They're just like leggy, and I'm hoping they survive, which is why I planted them out and I watered them in and put like a little bit of these freaking little oak trees everywhere. Yeah, I planted them here, so hoping they survive and they recover from this legginess and the stuntedness. This is the African Blackberry pepper, and this is the Hong gochu pepper, which is used to make gochujang. Both of these seeds I got from True Love Seeds. And then I planted some cucumbers back here. I'll have to put the name on the screen or in the description box. Oh, I have it here actually. Great. Label your stuff. This is the Jabai cucumber. There's another word in there. I got these from Baker Creek. I love these cucumbers because they're like English cucumbers. They're not all pulpy inside. They're just like skinny and like crispy and crunchy. Very good. I like to like just eat them with like that Trader Joe's what is it? It's like lime something seasoning, or just like red wine vinegar and salt and pepper, and with tomatoes. This is Monarda, which I'm probably gonna move. I think I have some purple potted beans that I think I'm gonna plant in here. This is the strawberry bed, which looks a lot better now. I planted a bunch of I went to a strawberry growing class that was hosted by LSU. I think I filmed a video of me talking about that I need to post, but since we're here, I went to a strawberry growing class which was hosted by LSU. Shout out to our local ag colleges. They really are the GOAT for helping us find out information. So if you live in Louisiana, I highly recommend checking out their offerings because they are very knowledgeable, especially because, like I always say, a lot of the literature for growing things is not written from the perspective of a southern grower, and especially in like a subtropical climate. So it's like strawberries and stuff like that. A lot of the literature is written about like the north, but they were able to give a lot of good information about how to grow them here, what varieties grow best here, and that's why local education, local purchasing is very, very important, because it's better if you have people who know what you got going on. Anyways, I got about 15 strawberries from that class. These are the Mara variety. I'll put the name on the screen. So if you live in Zone 9B, the instructor, he is a PhD from LSU, and he did a bunch of trials, and this one did the best in his climate. His criteria was heat tolerance, disease resistance, and yield. I think there may have been one more, but I don't remember. So these were able to duke it out, but I think in their like perennial status, oh my god, this is so funny. And I think they're perennial status, so that's good. This is the reason why I just said oh my god, because oh no, I pulled this out. Okay, I thought I had this growing in my yard. I was like, okay, ground cherries, rosemary. I just saw a cucumber beetle that I'm going to it's so funny that I just talked about like not killing things haphazardly, and I'm just killing everything now. But I did say I will kill something that messes with my crops, and cucumber beetles are one. They're cute. They're like yellow ladybugs, but they're a little bit longer, whereas like ladybugs are like short and squat and red. These are a little bit longer and they are yellow. They're very cute, but don't let that fool you, because they will decimate your cucurbits. got a little damage, little snail damage on the collards, but I'll let those leaves be traps. They are going crazy right now. Look at this. They are devouring. It's so funny because I was just looking at the collards and I was like, oh, they look so good. And then the caterpillars are now just like coming out. And I'll just come out and squish them. Squishy squish. So wherever you feel necessary, you do what you got to do in your garden. Because like I said, the whole point is to eat. I'm going to protect my crops at the end of the day. So I'm going to have to come out here and do some more killing. I wish I had like chickens to give these. Well, I guess they're too small. And I'm not trying to breed them till they get bigger. Poppin'. Anyway, I'll do that later. Collards are overall looking great. This kale is gonna come out, but it looks great as well. These roses that I put in the ground are starting to bud up. I really did not know what was gonna happen. I guess this is a familiar experience of like things that we prune. It's like, is it going to come back, or did I kill it by cutting it back too far? I cut these back to nubs and they are both coming back with a vengeance. They look great, more so than the one in the front yard, but I have faith in that one too. It's been neglected for a long time and it still thrives, so it definitely doesn't have a low threshold for pain. So yeah, I'm just waiting for these to flower. That's a prosperity rose. I don't know what this one is because I lost the tag when I bought it. I've had both of them for about going on 3 years now, and they produce abundant flowers. So that is oh, I wanted to show you guys one more thing in the backyard. It's crazy, this video is so long and I still have to do the front yard. Should I break them up into 2 different videos? Probably not. I won't do that. I don't know if these are new. This is a brugmansia. This is a shrimp plant. This is a cat's claw vine. But what I wanted to show you guys actually is my pawpaw tree. I need to water it, but this is another one of those things. It's like, is it dormant? Is it gonna come back? And then I saw this on it the other day, that little leaf. They just look like little sticks. It's been looking like a stick forever, and it's back. So pawpaws are a fruit that's native to the eastern US, and it's one of our only native fruits, I believe, in this country. And it's an understory tree, so it's gonna grow perfectly under this little situation. It also provides some privacy in the spring. And another thing I want to show you over here, not the cannas, is this. So remember how I was telling you I have elder popping up everywhere, and I thought it was like poison sumac or something else, but elder right there. Where else? Elder, the big tall one, elder. And I can see at least 3 others over there. Elder. Where else? We got elder, right? Elder here, another elder right here. And the viburnums are looking great. Oh, elder here. The hibiscus, not doing great, but not doing bad either. It probably needs water. You're supposed to water things like at least once a week when they're getting established, but I don't. I guess that's all I have to say about that. I was gonna like make up a reason, but I just don't. I should water them today though. I do try to water them like once every 2 weeks, but you know, these viburnums are getting huge and I'm so excited, and I want to get another one to put over there. But elder, gardenia, elder all back here. I love this like little spot underneath this tree. It's so relaxing, and if I wasn't so worried about like bugs falling on my head, I would put like a seating area under here, which I probably will at some point. Anyway, yeah, that's the backyard in March. It is beautiful and it is thriving, and it is such a far cry from what was going on last month. Like, the changes are happening. And oh, I didn't talk about this bed here. I have some gladioluses that are coming up also. I don't know what I'm going to plant in here. I have an idea, but I don't remember it right now. But I know there was something I wanted to plant there. This bed has some cardinal flower, which is a native that likes swamp, likes it wet. So once we get into our rainy season, this bed will stay constantly wet. Cilantro is starting to go to seed finally, so I'll be able to reclaim this bed. The reason why I'm letting the coriander go crazy is because I want the coriander seeds for cooking, because why buy it when you can just harvest them? So with all of the seeds that I have producing around my garden, I should have enough to last me for a good long while. And then in here we got some little shrooms. I did not plant these, they're just fungi, and I've been getting really into soil health lately, so we can see that this is a fungally dominated soil, and I kind of want it to go towards bacterially dominated soil, because from what I've read in team, oh, that echinacea is coming back. Oh, fun, that's fun. There was a elder tree in here. Oh, I can see it, it's in there. And there's like a St. John's wort in here. This is bee balm. This is the you can see the St. John's wort right there. This is the coreopsis. Like I said, this is a native flower. But anyways, this is kind of like my little boggy garden here. So I have an elder, which likes boggy. I have cardinal flower, which likes it boggy, swamp sunflower, bee balm, tick seed. I do have some cosmos in here, but that's just like that was like a filler plant before the cilantro acted as the filler plant. Anyway, yes, that is the backyard in March. I think I'm just accepting that these videos might be a little longer, and maybe they just feel long to me. I really need to go get some mulch, so I need to wrap this up. The city is giving away free mulch from the tree trimmings to try to divert tree waste in the landfills, because why give it to the landfill when you can give it to people, which makes more sense. And so you get that good like arborist mulch that has like the tree branches, leaves, all the microbiology. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tour. I have some plans for other things coming up as far as videos, but it may just be garden tours for now, which I'm okay with, because as the work ramps up around the garden, it's harder to balance filming a lot of YouTube videos along with my, job and just trying to do everything. So I will be here at least once a month to show you guys the garden. I have been working on some other projects. Like I said, I've been getting really into like soil health, so Korean natural farming, the little microorganisms, and just different things, because I really want to reduce my reliance on external outputs for the garden, so buying fertilizers and things like that. So I'm experimenting with a lot of different things, and I hope to do videos on those things. I do want to start a worm bin. Shout out to my friend on Instagram and on YouTube too, Peppa Rookie, who talks to me about garden stuff all the time and inspires me with his garden. He brought up the idea of vermicomposting to me, and I'm gonna start a worm bin soon. So yeah, connect with me on Instagram. I would love to have you guys over there and build a relationship over there, and that way I can see you guys' gardens too a little bit more if you don't have a YouTube channel. Again, my handle is Alexis J Middleton, and I will see y'all soon.